Hey, good morning, John. How are you? Good morning, Donna. Great to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're well. Things are going good. We are. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I see some more folks coming in. Good morning to you. Good morning, Bob Guinan. Hope you are well. Good morning, Jamie. Dun, dun, dun. We are We are gathering. Good morning, Vicky. Glad you are here. Hope things are well. So nice to hear that Macy is doing better. That's so lovely that she was out playing the other day. Very nice. Good morning, Irene. Hello. I don't know what that thing was in bloom this morning that you it looked like forsythia, but I know it wasn't. But that you posted. But that was a brilliant yellow. But I always love the yellows, but I always hate the yellows because the yellows come later in the season, and it's like when the yellows start showing up, it's like that foretaste. It's not fall yet. It's like, oh, we've just maxed out the reds and the other colors. So it's always like it's a yellow. Oh my gosh. So I don't even know if any of that's true, but it's the way I see the world. So it's true for me. Uh, Morning, Fannie Faye Davis. Hello, hello. Glad you're here. I'm glad. Ligualaria. Okay, this is why I didn't inherit my mother's propensity to garden. It's the pronunciation, I think. So I took Bible terms instead. Way easier. Uh, on the edge of my seat, waiting for a landlord to decide if I can have a puffy. Yeah. Oh. Good morning, Gary. Great to see you here. Hello, hello. It's wonderful to have Macy healthy. That is so nice. That is so nice. It is a gr- that They are such a gift to us. Oh, goldenrod bombs before that. I have a whole thing on the goldenrod. Ah, yes. I know it well. 6 weeks before the first frost. Ah, goodness gracious. Yeah. Yes, that'll cure my COVID loneliness. Yes, I know that it is true that we continue this time to discover what gifts we have in our life that we maybe didn't know we had, or for how precious our kind of furry companions are to us, or how wonderful other things. If if go listen to yesterday if you want to hear about friendship and how critical these things are. These our the way we are built to be in community. It's amazing. It really is. So welcome everybody. It is the 12th day of August 2020, and it is at 11:11. So welcome, Linda. Good morning, Derek. Great to see you. And so welcome everybody. I'm so glad you're all journeying with us. Hey, Amy, great to see you. Good to see you yesterday. Uh, Please post the goldenrod piece. I'll see if I can find the goldenrod piece. I'll post it in this in the chat when we're done. So welcome. We're this is our last time of meeting for the next couple weeks. I will be back on the 27th, that Thursday. I will be right here. I had something special planned for you today, but the outside and the weather and all the things weren't cooperating. So we're gonna kick off when our comeback tour here in a couple weeks. We're gonna kick it off with that. So but today. I want to talk about friction. I want to talk about friction because this time that we're all in, and this time that the world finds itself in, to me is a wilderness time. And wilderness times are inherently times of friction in life. They are times that build heat. If you rub your hands together, you can feel the warmth, and that rubbing that comes together is the friction of my two hands coming together. Good morning, Deb Votrin. Great to see you. That we're in this time of friction. Some say, we've been in, and we don't really know what to do with it. That's the thing, is because we've been in and what friction is, it's deceleration. This is breaking power. That's what this is. This is breaking power and grip. If you think about, the great Carroll Shelby, who, if you haven't seen Ford versus Ferrari, it's a great film. It's so much fun. And that if you've ever seen if that the whole battle between Fords and Ferraris and the in the racing world. But Carroll Shelby is featured in the film. His he has a famous quote that says, "There is never enough horsepower, just not enough traction." I always love that. There's never enough horsepower, just not enough traction. And that what he's suggesting is there's not enough friction, because that's what makes traction. What keeps the road stuck to the our car stuck to the road is the friction that is a part of us. What makes this little match that I've got here, and this little striker part, this piece where they that strike together. This little piece of this over here is a little bit of phosphorus, and on here is a little potassium chlorate. And when they strike together, they're grippy in a way that no few things in the world are grippy, and that they're so grippy that they create this moment of extreme friction that allows us to light a match, and then that match lights a flame. You see, the early Puritans got this. That the early Puritans, this was actually part of their whole. The early Congregationalists was a part of their whole idea of what church was. Like for them, church was not this place that you went and you got like the way you're supposed to think organically or the way you're doctrinally. They'd had enough of that. What they came to understand was that it was a place of theological foment. It was a place of where the sparks would be cast. It was written like this in some of the early the early Congregationalist literature. They talked about, and we were supposed to fight about theological things. We were supposed to fight about theological understandings of things, and that it was the covenant that held us together. But we were supposed to be different because they said it this way: the sparks are beaten forth by the flints striking together. And when you keep two things striking together, when two things come in contact with each other vigorously and honestly, they create a whole lot of energy and a whole lot of heat, and they make flame. And we're in this time of friction. That what we can talk about it in Jesus' day. I think that what we see is these wilderness times, and the wilderness times are these times of friction. They're these times where things slow down. You see, the thing is I talked about this in terms of acceleration and deceleration. Probably most of us on this that are hearing my voice right now, you have lived your life in a time of acceleration. Things have gone faster in your life than they used to go, than they go now. Cars go faster. Information goes faster, you go faster, your date book goes faster, your time goes faster, your attention goes faster. That all the things of our life have gone faster, 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 our entire life. These past few months have been a time of incredible friction. And the brakes have come on, and in this friction has created all this heat and this discomfort and has cast us into the wilderness times. That's what when in Bible, when we talk about these moments of friction, they're really the power of the wilderness and the power of being in the wilderness and the time in the wilderness. You see, that's the thing, is that the wilderness time are these times of friction when we end up but we're not built for it. We've never encountered it. We've never encountered friction in all of our life. That doesn't mean we haven't encountered resistance. That's a whole different thing. But we haven't actually been in a time of deceleration the way we are now. Like, things just are going to take longer. Have you tried ordering something from Amazon lately? And how long has it taken? Have you tried getting something to the post office lately? How long has it taken? Have you tried to find that special thing at the grocery store that you absolutely love and want that may or may not be there? And if it is there, how long does it take to get it? They have all the things around us in this world by what we've been subjected to has put us into a time of deceleration. Has been a time, and that this is a wilderness time, and we talk about wilderness times, when Jesus goes in the wilderness, it's a time of temptation, right? That the fasting of the 40 days, the Satan comes to him and gives him the three things, and they have this little banter, that this time of theological foment. Have you ever thought about that in the middle of the wilderness they're having this theological debate? They're having this thing like, what's the real nature of God? What's the real nature of my relationship with God? What's my authority in this world? Like, that's the things that are getting worked out when Jesus is in the wilderness. He's on the high mountain. He says, throw himself off. And he says, oh, no, we don't tempt the Lord our God. No, we don't. We don't. That it's all of that. That this is a wildly theological time. That these sparks that are getting thrown off from the mass breaking that's going on is actually this really beautiful time of winnowing away, of letting go of the things that didn't work, of refining what we really believe and what we really understand, coming to know what is really ours and what is really God's. I love that Shelby quote. There is never too much horsepower, only not enough traction. That these times of grip, these times of traction, these times of friction actually allow us, these wilderness times actually allow us the ability to go faster. They give us more grip. They give us better ability to be vessels of the Spirit over time. They allow us to light the flame that will burn in the world. Now, that's not the thing that happens immediately, quite obviously, but through this time, we have all of this abundance that comes our way in it. So don't be afraid of the friction. Don't be afraid of the slowing down. Don't feel like you have to fight against all the fight of this time. This is a time of inherently asking what matters, why does it matter, what's my relationship to God, and what's my authority in the wider sphere. And our world in some ways has shrunk about what we feel like our authority is, the things that we can really affect, the things that we can really matter, and yet the things we can do with them are exponentially more important. It is exponentially more important that you reach out to the people that you love right now. It is exponentially more important that you care for the people you can care for. It is exponentially more important that you stay engaged in the world and in your craft and in your work, and that you do a good job in it. That in this time of kind of stripping away, it is exponentially more important in this time of friction that we send the heat in the right places and that we contain it. That we might either light the flame of the Spirit or burn down ourselves and our world with it, which I think is a lot of what's going on, is that people are taking the world and burning it down with a flame that was never theirs to begin with. So friends, as I leave you these 2 weeks, I want you to think about to think about the traction in your world, the friction and the places that you're rubbing against, whether it's rubbing against in all the different ways, whether it's rubbing politically, rubbing theologically, but understanding that inherently in this time of friction are these questions about how are we going to be, whose are we going to be, what are we going to be in relationship to the one who made us. That's what we get out of this time. And we get all of that pared down. We get rid of the stuff that wasn't working for us, and we refine down the stuff that does, so that we can go faster, we can go around that track a little better, and we can have a little more horsepower and a little more traction, just like that Shelby Cobra of Carol Shelby's. So friends, I hope you will let this time light the flame of your spirit in the heat and the difficulty of it. It's easy to think that we are getting ground down, but we are actually being rubbed together so we can be ignited. So we can be ignited in spirit and in flame and in truth and in beauty. That's the exciting thing that's going to come out of this. Because of all of that, when you read Matthew 4, and I'm just kind of kicking around and paraphrasing that journey of Jesus into the wilderness, that it ends with this. It ends with, and the devil left him, and the angels came and attended him. We might be in this time of friction. We might be in this time of wilderness. We might be in this time. But as we embrace it and as we take it for the heat and the light and the sparks that it's going to generate, and as we let it fall away and have us be clearer and more true and more right about the way in which we want to move through this world and whose and what's we are, the angels show up. The angels show up. God's message for us, that's what really all angels are. God's messengers for us will show up. So light your candle. Don't be afraid of the friction, but let it burn. Let it burn in the right ways and in the right places so that you can illuminate your world, illuminate your life, illuminate those around you, and in it become, that little more like that great race car driver. All right, friends, that's my hope for you in these next couple of weeks. Tend to the friction. Tend to the friction with each other. Tend to the friction, and understand that it's not that the friction of these days, the deceleration of these days, is not all bad. It's got it too has a part of our wilderness walk that we're not supposed to camp out here and make a life here, but that we are to be refined, to be made more, to be made better, and to be ignited in the Spirit, so that the angels might come and give us God's message for us. All right, so it is so great to see everybody here. It is such a gift to journey with you. So just a couple of things. We prayed yesterday for Stephanie and invited her. She came through well from her operation, so we are thankful and gracious for that. Please continue to pray for John and Laura and Lori as they suffer with COVID, and also just as a way of mentioning, today is my beautiful wife's birthday. So should your paths cross, please wish her happy birthday in your travels. I feel like, in a way, having a birthday these days, and as we age, that's one of those little points of friction too. So I'm not going to tell you how old she is because that just get me in trouble. But it is but we will celebrate and rejoice in her being in this world, and one more year to walk out together. So, all right, friends, peace and grace to you all. I will miss you. I will miss you. Know this. Every one of you on this thread, I will miss you in these next few days, in these next few weeks, and I look forward to coming back. I'm going to take a knee, spend some time. Mostly, I'm going to do it. My plan is to do a lot of reading. I want to, doing this is a lot of output. We're in, and so I want to got to fill the head back up with some more bricks and some more mortar to make a few more constructions with. So that's going to be my goal and my hope, to take a little Sabbath time and a little joy. I hope you will too, and that you'll be mindful of the friction of these days, and that it's not all bad. It too has its function in the garden, and in some ways it'll get you a little faster around the track. All right, peace and grace, you all. We'll see you in a couple weeks.